Ladies, Gentlemen, Mesdames et Messieurs, meine Damen und Herren, Señores y Señoras, Mesdames et Herren, guten Abend, good evening, buonasera, buenas noches, konnichiwa, xin chao, ni hao, annyeong, grüezi wohl, grüß Gott, shalom, yo, estet, kivanok, good afternoon, dobre večer, and here we go. This was actually the fastest I have ever made my all-international introduction. This were 21 different languages to say hello, or good day, or good evening. I am Special Andre. This is the 4Players Close Combat Club. Oh, the 4Players Close Combat Club. We're in the club right now. It is actually a cup, not the club, but it's the club of the cup, or the cup of the club. Just say club of the cup 10 times in a row and then your tongue will start to hurt quite a lot. It is Pomi playing here against DieStar. The first map of this best of 3 finals will be Scrap Station. We have Pomi here spawning on the right side as in his favorite color, which is the yellow, of course. He is playing Protoss. He was able to beat out people of the tournament like Braddock. We just saw him beating Nurture to 1. For example, on the other hand, DieStar is his opponent. He is spawning here on the left side on Scrap Station as the purple Terran, and here on the left side on the purple Terran now I forgot what I wanted to talk about. Let me talk to Underdog here. It is very easy to give the link to the stream. So, we have DieStar here on the left side. I just drifted away with my thoughts. I'm absolutely sorry. We have Underdog here on the left side as the purple Terran player. He was able to beat Underdog, who I was just talking to. This is the best of 3 finals, and their victory is coming up by DieStar, and looks like he wants to not go for some sort of Zedek opening, not wants to go for some sort of fast expand. So on the other hand, what is Pomi doing? He's got this gate out, and what else? Is he going for another gate? Is he going for the expansion? Looks like he's not going for the expansion because he's got a second gas already. So what else can he do? He can go for a DT rush. He can go for a 3-gate sentry into expand. He can go for some sentry zealot push. He got a lot of options because getting this gas quite early, and I mean he's already got 200 gas accumulated. On the other hand, against a Terran player to go for the Dark Templar rush might be a little bit risky because of this wide open ramp. You just cannot just place one force field and then you're good. You have to be watching out for it, and he is doing something interesting, going for the 1 gate into expand. And what's the good thing about the 1 gate into expand is that if the Terran player decides to go for some cloaked banshee action, the Terran player actually has a 15 to 20 seconds timing window. And there we see DieStar is building the tech lab and the factory, and he's building the starport directly next to it, so immediately lifting up the barracks, the factory, to land this starport here. And if he's not going for a cloaked banshee right away, which I think he will do, because taking a look at the gas and mineral count, he's got enough resources to go for the cloak and the banshee right away. There we see the banshee. Do we see the cloak? No, it's just the banshee, because he decided to invest his other minerals to the barracks. Now he's going for the reactor at the factory, and this factory will become the organ donator of this game, because he's donating, the factory already was donating the tech lab, now the factory will donate here this barracks. And I think DieStar might even go for what is this called, a Raven, because as soon as his Banshee's out, he tries to do some harassment with the Banshee. Won't be too successful there though. Going for a Raven, going for a Banshee, and then going for a Raven. I like it. So DieStar plans to stay on 1 base, and he wants to go for a powerful Raven, Banshee, Marine, Marauder. Actually, no siege tanks. Okay, no siege tank, but he will go for a powerful push as well. Pomi got a lot of stalkers out. He's got this observer out pretty soon as well. So this Banshee won't be doing any damage at all here. Maybe to the mineral line of the natural, but it already got shotted 5 times by those stalkers, so it's down already to 90 HP. So let's take a look what's going on in the main base. So we got a Raven here. Raven just popped out. There we go. Now he's switching it up again, and will we actually see some siege tanks? Because then we will have the army composition complete. Because siege tanks, Banshee, Raven, Marine, Marauder, Hellion. I mean, you can. You do not have to think about the Marauders and about the Hellions too much, because this Raven, Banshee, Marine, siege tank composition is the most impressive factors of this army composition. So just think about this, and this is already pretty powerful. So DieStar needs to execute this attack really well, because if this attack is not going to work out, this game is basically over. Because yes, Pomi is not only on one base, he is on 2 bases. He's mining here on 2 bases for quite a while, even though taking a look at the spending step, and actually this is the second time this evening the spending step made use for it. I made use for the spending step. I made the spending step be important, muy importante. Is taking a look at the technology, not interesting. Taking a look at the economy, not interesting as well, because it is taking a look at the army. We see DieStar has actually spent more resources for his army, because if this army tab is more or less the same, small favors of DieStar, it means still DieStar can go for an attack, because they pretty much spent the same amount of resources on the spending step. Now those Marines and Marauders, even with the stim attacking the destructible rocks, siege tank number 1, number 2 is out. This Raven got enough energy for 1 point defense drone, and pretty soon for another auto turret. So it's all about the spending step. And for example, in 5 minutes, if this game would continue and Pomi still on 2 base, DieStar still on 1 base, we would see that Pomi will be pulling ahead in terms of army more and more. So DieStar needs to have a nice timing. Now he's doing a scan, sieging up with the tanks, but there are already the Colossi. Nice force field. What about the point defense drone? It has been placed. The Banshee is doing some damage as well. 1 Colossus is going down. So let's take a look at the supply. It is now 90 for DieStar. It is 71 for Pomi. So looking a little bit better here for DieStar, especially considering that Pomi has more supply. Of course, because of the fact that he's even got more probes. So DieStar, what is he doing? Just healing all of his Marines and Marauders. They are healed. Observer needs to watch out because of the Raven still providing the vision. And I think DieStar is just sieging up with his tanks, and he's just waiting for this Raven to have another 100 energy. Because as soon as the point defense drone is deployed, nice job to take out the Observer, by the way. So because as soon as another point defense drone is deployed, it will be able to just deny 20 shots by a Stalker, and 20 shots will be 200 damage versus normal units, and 280 damage versus armored units. There are some medivacs moving over there, and Pretty is lagging in the worst possible time. So 1 Stalker, 1 Colossus being mismicroed here, or it was not on hold position or not far away enough, taking a lot of damage, losing the complete shields and another 147 HP. Another tank is coming in. The supply gap is not that big anymore. DieStar only in the 7th supply lead. He was in the 17th supply lead. Now slowly moving forward with his tanks. Now he's moving in with more stim Marines and Marauders. And now is he attacking the Colossi? And not just yet. He is waiting until he's in range with the siege tank. So attack here on the bottom and in the top going on. There's the point defense stone deployed. The tanks and the Marines and the Marauders doing so much damage to the forces in the main base. Pomi is forced to walk up the cliff here with his remaining Colossi, allowing DieStar to do a lot of damage here to this Nexus. But he's not yet going there. He needs to get more infantry up and running, and now he's even adding some Vikings. He's got 1 Viking. On the other hand, Pomi, he's only got 3 Stalkers, and 3 Stalkers or 4 Stalkers in total will just not be enough to deal with the Vikings. Now Marines and Marauders stimming in, taking out 1 Colossus, more gateway units coming in from the main base. Now the tanks need to do some damage, injured Colossus with 1 HP left is pulling away. Another Colossus here is now going down. What about another Viking? Here it is. Will the Viking try to get down this Colossus? No, it's not necessary anymore, because yes, this Colossus went down as well. But now with the Immortal out, it may what is this thing called? It turn the tide? Turn the tide? Yes, I think it is turn the tide. But he will be able to do some damage. DieStar needs to one thing really bad. I mean, okay, he's finished with his command center here. He's going for the orbital command. But if he really wants to deny this high-tech production of Pomi, he needs to get rid of a couple of probes at least, even better than Nexus. Just send 1 or 2 units down with the Medivac and go for some damage. Now he's stimming with his Marines and Marauders. Pomi will force to do something, but he does not have any more Colossi. It is just only this Immortal and a couple of Gate units. The point defense drone is still active, denying any damage here from the Stalker. So what is Pomi doing? Using his probes to attack the siege tank, and will the probes get the siege tanks down? It looks like it, yes, very well played by Pomi, keeping this Nexus still alive. This point defense drone, even though is still active, it's regenerating energy quite fast, and every 10 energy it will be able to deny another shot by a Stalker. But the point defense drone has been taken out, the siege tank has been taken out as well. So let's take a look at the harvester count. Now, DieStar, while constantly applying pressure and now getting up his orbital command, he's got 2 times the mules right now, meaning 2 mules every 80 seconds. Once again, a couple of Stimp Marines and Marauders trying to get in here. Pomi does now not have enough probes left to apply some pressure, so very well played. But now Pomi deciding to take out the siege tank contained here at the front entrance. Will he be fast enough in his natural expansion to take out those units? I think it is time for DieStar just to focus down the Nexus, no matter the cost, and the Nexus is going down. So will be the infantry, but this Medivac survives. So now it is time for what? Regroup. Play it safe, get up the bunkers. If you're ahead, get more ahead. Build another command center, and he's doing everything by the book. So, went for a really powerful one base attack with a Raven, with a Banshees, Marines, Marauders, Siege Tanks, etc. And as soon as he realized, okay, I actually did really do some damage here, I still can take this, so it is time for me to expand. And because of the fact that he is mined out in his main base pretty soon, like in right now. By the way, another attack from Pomi coming up, but Pomi should not have gone for an attack because yes, DieStar still has in so much production facilities. That's why what I was earlier talking about was that DieStar going here for the center expansion is so much more important, because he can continue to mine on 2 bases. And very well played by him. I'm really impressed. I did not expect this from him. I thought Pomi was the favorite not to only win this game but to win the whole series. I expected a 2-0 by Pomi, so that's why I even more impressed by DieStar taking this game #1 here on Scrap Station. Very well played. And I mean, Pomi did not play bad at all, but he was just not able to handle it, and maybe having an Immortal out a little bit sooner would have helped, but to be honest, I'm not 100% sure about it. And game #2 will be played on Jungle Basin, so that's an interesting map choice. Of course, like I said, the 4Players tournaments still have the old map pool, and now I'm just going to ask them, will there be any changes made in the future regarding the maps in this tournament? Because the prize pool is pretty high on this tournament every time.